This is Alan. This is Alan. Yes.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday, Queen.
Yes, Queen. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday to you. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm still sleepy.
Hmm.
Said I'm still sleepy.
Well, you looking beautiful as ever, honey.
Thank you. You as well, Queen. You as
Thank
well.
you. I appreciate it. The Tuesday morning come early, don't it?
Does. And now I'm back on Central Time, so it's really early.
Yes, 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 yes. That time change, it does mess you up for a couple days. We'll be all right next week.
Yeah. Yeah. God willing.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
God
We
willing,
already have
everything
some
will be
people on
right.
the live. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday, Michelle.
Good morning, Queen. Blessed risings. We got
Let's
Sherry
ride.
Landrum in the house too. Gina B. Smith. Let's go, Queens. Up and
Yeah,
at
we
'em
got all the
early.
Michelle's. We got Michelle Pearson and Michelle Ramos. Hello, hello.
Okay. Double trouble. Got the Michelles on the line. Let's go, Queens.
Yep, and Michelle Pearson dropped true abundance isn't measured by the grind, but by the grace that flows into your hard work. The real reward is when your effort is blessed beyond just the sweat you put in. So, what's the next thing you're looking to tackle today? Hey, let's go, Queen.
Let's go, Queen. I
Next
love it.
thing
I
I'm
love
looking to
it.
tackle today is getting through these calls this afternoon.
Hey, were
Good
you ready to
morning.
go ahead and kick this thing off, or you want to give them a few more minutes to log on in?
I think we better get going because the Queen's got things to do, and Miss Sibu has definitely got some appointments this morning, so we got to make sure we get in and show up. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tips and Tea Live, where we serve your weekly dose of faith, finances, and a little life wisdom on the side. Today's episode is special because we're doing a recap from Nove World and also celebrating International Women's Day. It's Women's History Month this month, the month of March. And we are honoring an incredible woman who has impacted our journey and this platform, Queen Nikki Taylor, our beloved sister.
Yes, yes, everybody. And I'm going to say before we get started, let's go ahead and like, share, and tag the Queen in the comments, right? If you think they'll be able to benefit from what we're talking about here today, especially if they've never attended a conference before. They have, and maybe they just want to compare notes. Maybe they want to come to Know They World next year. We actually do have another regional conference coming up. So reach out to one of us and we'll definitely help get you on board. So today we're celebrating women, leadership, growth, and the power of showing up with your purpose, right? Um, Go ahead and drop Happy Women's Day. I know it was on Sunday, but we celebrating all month.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
There's so many phenomenal
what we
women.
do.
Yes, we got to celebrate all month long, Queen.
Absolutely. So if you're celebrating amazing women in your life, go ahead and still drop Happy Women's Day. All right, I got some more ladies dropping into the chat. We got Miss Sherry Landrum, Carmen Strong. Good morning, Queen. Good morning. Good morning. Blessed Risings. Thank you all for tuning in this morning. Okay, so we'll just jump right into it. So, Know They World was absolutely incredible this year. I think this is my third time attending. The first time I went, I was just supporting the husband. After I went, it was, it changed a part of me. And I was like, this is something I would love to be a part of, right? Gave me the opportunity to add something to what I was already doing and be of service. And just to be able to be in a space like that with so many different people who are working towards the same goals, it changes something in you. Because the thing is, you want to be surrounded by like-minded individuals, right? So I definitely wanted to go with some highlights that just kind of stood out to me. And I know C is going to talk about some things for herself as well. But one of the big things was the powerful leadership trainings that we were able to just be a part of and witness. One of the leaders, I got to give a shout out to Miss Meek Mill. She was actually one of the first presenters up on Saturday's training. So she kicked off Know They World weekend. And she came to the door, she kicked it down. She was just like, you got to start out with asking yourself a question, 10 years from now in 2036, where will you and your family be in 10 years? Have you asked yourself that question? What is the blueprint you're setting up for yourself and your family today that's going to put you in position in 2036? Are you still going to be doing the same thing, making the same complaints 10 years from now? How are you changing that? How's this going to affect you in 10 years? So another part is kind of what else stood out to me was that, and she was just saying, if you are a business owner as well, right? If you entrepreneur, business owner, you're working in corporate, I guess it kind of doesn't matter. It's just your attitude and your approach to things. But especially if you're a business owner, are you the amateur or are you the architect? So two things to kind of look at. In the amateur, this is the person that works for the weekend, right? The architect is working for the decade and they're building towards securing wealth for their future, for their family. Are your efforts going to add up to what you need in order to survive in 10 years from now? Are you going to be in survival mode, or is the tools that you're putting in place now going to take care of you in 10 years? So kind of just some things that just make you stop, pause, like, what am I doing? Am I putting these things in place to make sure everybody communicates? So love that. We also have some amazing panel discussions as well. Rising Stars with one of the heavy hitters, Mr. Bossy Mitchell was there. Tania Porter, Natasha Reed. They were just, talking about how they're gaining momentum in their business and how they continue to be consistent. And, I was locked in for every single training, leader speaking, panel discussion. I was able to be on a panel with my husband, Mr. Shabazz. We talked about building a dynasty with the power couple of 2026, Mr. and Mrs. Rudy, JR and Destiny Reed. So shout out to them. And they just had really just insightful wisdom that they was talking about with everyone, and just giving them a peek in like what it looks like to be in business with your partner, and continue to just drop gems on everyone. When Destiny, pretty much was saying again that when problems do arise in their marriage, it's not them against each other, it's them against the problem. And I know we kind of talked about this before, but just to hear her and her also hear them say that 2025 was one of the roughest years in their marriage because it was a lot of change, a lot of newness. They had a new baby, they moved into a new house. Their living situation changed, their business changed, they were taking on more tasks, their team grew. So sometimes that puts strains on the marriage, but they came out on this other side of this and one power couple. So that's powerful to know that you're going to have a lot of things that's happening in your life, a lot of ups and downs. It may look like, it's a struggle, but to everyone else, it looks like you just defeating issues one after another. Y'all were defeating issues one after another and making it look easy, right? So shout out to them. And also Confessions of the Top Earners. That also was amazing as well with Joe Gathens. They had Jasmine Baker, Keisha Palmer, and True Ali, where they was just dropping gem after gem. These are our top producers in Nove, and they always say, you get around some millionaires, you get in a room with 5 millionaires, you're bound to be the sixth. So I was over there like with my pen, my paper, got my pad, taking my notes. And of course, the recognition and awards, seeing the team walk the stage and just being able to celebrate everyone. So it was so much. I feel like we just don't have enough time to go through everything. So you all got to get in the room next year. Definitely just to be able to be a part of it. But we definitely have so many amazing leaders, learn some new strategies on how to prospect in our business, new solutions that's coming to the forefront. So in the words of our CEO, we on $1 billion run, everybody.
Let's go. Let's go. Yes, Queen. I mean, it was definitely amazing. I mean, it's very inspirational being there, being in the room, being able to connect with the team, the family. And one of the most powerful parts of the conference was just seeing so many people step into their leadership. And like you said, it was so many kings and queens that walked the stage. And it just reminds us that when people get the right information and the right environment, growth is just inevitable. And God places people, wisdom, and opportunities in our path for a reason. And when we align with the right environment, our potential just begins to unfold. And it's just completely and totally amazing. And I do apologize. Somebody wants a little attention this morning, but we just going to keep pushing.
Absolutely. Look, he's like, I want to be on the live too. He want to celebrate women's.
Yes. He is really trying me this morning. Trying me. But that's all right. We're going to keep it moving, honey. Let me give him a little something to keep his attention for a minute. But anyway.
What was your favorite part from Nove World this year?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, I did miss the Saturday sessions because, I was trying to be a super mom, trying to be in two places at one time. For those of you guys that don't know, I am expecting my first grandchild, and it just so happened that the baby shower fell the same weekend as Nove World. So I was at the baby shower Saturday, and thank God I made it there safely to Atlanta. And it was just amazing just seeing everybody. Listen, I did get to hear a couple people speak, and I mean, I just gotta give you and Destiny, JR, Aziz, give you guys your flowers because you guys were on the stage for that power couple, and it was just amazing. It was just lovely just to see you and everyone else just doing their thing and just making it look so effortless. Just doing it and doing it well is all I have to say.
Girl, when I tell you I was up there sweating.
Well, honey, if you were sweating gracefully. Let me just say that because I mean, you stepped up there, you just started talking like it was nothing, like it was just completely nothing, nothing at all, no problem, no issue, no harm, no foul. You stepped into it like a true queen.
Well, thank you, Queen. But this show didn't feel like this. So, look, if you have a fear of getting in front of the room and just being able to share, because God wants us to share our testimony, right? So we can help others.
Yes.
I am one of them people who do not like to be in the forefront. I do not like to be on stages. I like to play the background. I'm the support staff, right? I'm gonna get in there. I'm put the husband in the front. Go ahead, babe. I got you. I'm gonna do everything we need to do on the back end. And then they were like, "Look, we need you to get up there too." I'm like, "Who? What? Who's in it?"
Look, seeing
I
you
was
guys
glad I
walk
made it
up on that
through.
stage, it was just awesome. It was amazing. And regardless whether you were nervous, I mean, maybe you were a little, on edge or whatever, but Queen, you did it gracefully. And I know I definitely couldn't tell. You didn't look nervous at all. You looked like you were supposed to be there.
Well, yeah, it was definitely a safe space. So, I just looked at Shanae. She's always warm and inviting. She just makes you feel more comfortable. So to have a leader like that to be able to look to, and it kind of helps calm your nerves. And then plus we was up there with Aziz, and I was up there with Destiny and JR. That's like family, right? And then
Mhm.
knowing that you all were in the audience as well. I also like I kind of when I glanced out, I saw Kimberly White in the audience, and she's always a warm smile and a hug. And I was just excited to hug her as well and see Alexis Clark in the front row and Joe Gates. It's like they're always just supporting and cheering you on, and just like Nova is amazing, amazing. Like the
Mhm.
love, the support, the fact that they are God fearing, Rico and Hazik, they always have positive things to say, right? So it didn't feel like, how sometimes you feel like everyone's kind of looking for your downfall. They waiting for you to mess
Mhm.
up and you feel that way. But it really literally just be all in your head. And when you look out and all you just see is everyone smiling and just supporting and just sending love your way, you can just feel the love shooting towards you. So um, I know it was just me just being extra and overthinking in my mind, but yeah, definitely was sweating. I was like, I might have to go upstairs and change my clothes.
Queen, when you were talking about just like the warm and inviting feeling that you feel, like the only thing that was popping in my head was like the Wizard of Oz, where she was saying, "There's no place like home. There is no place like Nove." Okay,
That's right. Yes,
but
yes. So we shut
in
down
lieu of
the
International
event.
Women's, oh, I'm sorry, Queen, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you.
No, I was just saying shout out again to Nove and the amazing conference that they put on last weekend, and the C suite, the corporate team, Shalonda and Jerry and Alicia,
Mhm.
um, Ariel, just everybody, right? Miss Pam, everyone who was just running. I saw the whole team, the whole corporate staff running the whole weekend. I didn't see them sit down at one time. So they put in a lot of work for that weekend to come together. And I know we had, I don't even, I didn't even try to count this time. I know there were at least over 400 people there in that room. I think somebody said it was about 500 people, but
Wow.
um, I just want to say thank you again to Nove and the corporate team and our C-suite for everything that they do to make it all work.
Yes, definitely. They just outdo themselves, you know, a little bit better each year. And it's just awesome and amazing. I mean, if you weren't there, you definitely need to get there next year. Okay? And as we mentioned before, it's Women's History Month, and International Women's Day was this past Sunday. And this time is just time to celebrate women and celebrate strength, resilience, and the impact that women have had across generations. Um,
Mm,
Women supporting women, there's just something powerful when women stop competing with each other and start supporting. When women support women, confidence grows, businesses rise, families thrive, and generations can change. A powerful woman doesn't tear another woman down, she helps her to rise. And that is definitely what we see throughout Nove. And it just makes room for everyone at the table. There is room at the top for everyone. We just have to get over our fears. And like Chantella said, she was nervous, get over your fear and just get out there and do your thing. And we have so many different women in leadership roles and just doing their thing. Women in leadership, they understand that the power and collaboration comes over competition. Collaborate with your sister, collaborate with another woman. It can be absolutely limitless. When women
Mhm.
are in a position to lead and they put faith first and wisdom and compassion and vision, everyone around them can rise. And excuse me, as I mentioned before, we just have some absolutely amazing women throughout this business. So many different women on our heavy hitter team, the go getter team, and just Novay, period. Shout out to the Queens in Prayer. Shout out to you, Queen Chantella, First Lady of the Heavy Hitters. Got to give you your flowers too. And a lot of women, we are trying to build in business. And again, something powerful about women that come together and put each other first. When you pray and you pause and you put your team and your family first, or excuse me, put God first, then everything else is going to fall into line. When faith leads the way, business can become a tool to help bless others. And a scripture I want to share is, commit your works to the Lord and your plans will be established. That's Proverbs 16:3. We have so
Amen.
many different women out here that are creating financial independence. More women are learning how to create financial independence through knowledge, entrepreneurship, and community. When women understand credit and business and wealth building, doors begin to open and things can be limitless. Nothing is impossible. We just have to put God first, use our faith. Faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains.
Truly, ain't that the, ain't that the truth? Let me start with that small little mustard seed. You can do so much.
Yes, ma'am. That's definitely true, Queen.
So I think we kind of need to ask ourselves today, how are you participating in the movement for yourself, for your family? You know, how are you leading? How
Mm,
are you building? How are you creating legacy? Because, we don't need to put this on anyone else. We got to raise our hand and take ownership of it because what happened to us is no longer anybody else's fault.
mm,
We are the authors of our own stories. So we need to make sure that we are getting in those rooms. We are being a part of the conversations. We're surrounding ourselves with, individuals that are working towards something and that want to see us also win, you know. And, one of the most powerful things that you can do is making sure that you understand, like Satisha said, that you understand money, really understand it, how it works, right? And not letting it control your life, but you are in control of it. Like God gave you dominion. How are you going to let money run you? This is a tool. You let the tool run you and run your life? That
mm.
doesn't make sense. And a part of that money conversation is really understanding credit and wealth building as well. How are you investing your money? How are you investing your time? Is your credit in a putting you in position so that you can have those conversations to really invest your money? So again, are you willing to be an accountability partner for yourself? And are you also willing to be an accountability partner to those in your community, right? That's how you lead, that's how you steward. We need to not only help ourselves be able, but be able to help other women also to succeed because they need to hear your testimony. They need to hear what you've done so they know how they can move forward as well. Now, everything is not going to be cookie cutter. It's not going to work the same for everyone,
Mhm.
but they can take what you've been through and also see how they can apply it to their lives, right? So again, let's celebrate each other. Let's rock this thing out together. We have a community of some strong, amazing women.
Yes.
So if you need a community like that, just let us know. We'd be more than happy to help you along the way, right? We have a lot of different tools and things that we utilize here, especially at Nove. A lot of free education that we provide, and some tools to help to get you back on track if you kind of lost your way a little bit there. Let me just check the chat here to see if we have any comments. Michelle Pearson wrote Proverbs, the blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful
Mhm.
toil for it. True abundance isn't measured by the grind, but by the grace that flows into your heart, your hard work. The real reward is when your effort is blessed beyond just the sweat you put in. So, what's the next thing you're looking at to tackle today? Oh, I think I read that one already. Yes. We in alignment, Queen. We in alignment.
Hey, it's the alignment now.
Well, we also wanted to, because we're celebrating Women's Month, right? We're not just celebrating the day, because we don't do that. Who else has a birthday?
Mhm.
That you just don't celebrate the day of your birthday. We celebrate all week. We celebrate all month long. It's my birthday month. Well, this is the month of March, and it's Women's History Month. We had International Women's Day on Sunday, and we're celebrating the whole month long. And in that celebration, we also just wanted to give honor to a queen that was so special to us,
Mm.
Miss Taylor. And I also wanted to just let me see if I can share my screen here. If you'll give me that option. Looks like I might be having some technical difficulties.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Is it? Can you see the screen? Is it letting me share?
Yes, I can see it.
You see Nikki's Facebook page?
Um, I see a picture of her.
Okay. So everyone, this is Miss Nikki Taylor. She's one of the original Tips and Tea Queens. And we just want to give honor to her today and just recognize that she was a powerful, still is a powerful and amazing queen. Even though she's
Mhm.
no longer with us, her impact is still lasting throughout. We went to convention this past weekend, and I actually met Satitra and Nikki back in 2024 at the first convention that we went to. And shortly after we met, we bonded and we decided that we were going to get together and do tips and tea, where we brought this platform where we just wanted to be able to share, what we've learned along the way in our lives with finances, mindset growth, our faith and love for God, our faith and love for each other,
Yes.
right? And she always, she was the get yourself together queen, right?
Yes, honey. Team No Excuses Queen.
Right, team. Hashtag team. Definitely no excuses. The original boss queen. So, just to go to Nove World, and
Mm.
she physically wasn't in the room, but her presence was still there. Right. And we saw her in our team. I definitely felt her when I hugged her daughter, Nay. Um,
Yes.
just talking about her with some of the ladies from the team. And, shout out to Sherry Landrum. She always brings, just expresses. She was on a couple weeks ago, and just how much we miss her, because
Mhm.
she's the one that always called in and checked on us. And she was like, she brought us all together, right? And she made sure we didn't get left behind. So definitely miss her spirit and just miss her being in the room. But I do feel good knowing that she's still here watching over us, right? And that her memory still lives on, and that her words are still present each and every day. So just thanking God that we were able to be a part of her journey and her story.
Yes, definitely. We definitely celebrate you, Nikki. Today, Queen. Your leadership, your heart, your commitment to helping others has definitely made an impact. Nikki was one of my mentors. Nikki helped me or brought me into the business. And, she was one of those people that would pour into you no matter what, no matter if she wasn't feeling well. I mean, she was just an amazing, amazing queen. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get a little choked up. But she will always be loved. She will always be missed. She meant so much to so many people, not only on our team, to her family, to her friends. she was just amazing. She was always, like your cheerleader, cheering you on if you had a bad day. I mean, she was there to lift you up. She was just an amazing, phenomenal queen. Um, she just poured into so many people, so many people. Uh, she made time for others. She is now, resting in heaven, but she will always have a long living impact here, always, forever.
Yes, yes. And this was a part of her journey. She was an advocate for women.
Yes,
And
she
that's
will.
one of the big reasons why we really wanted to celebrate her today during Women's History Month because, even though she was battling cancer and she was definitely making sure that her voice was heard, right? And it was impactful because she was not gonna let anyone just treat her any type of way. She was in them hospital rooms teaching them how to treat her. And then she would share that because sometimes I know our voices get quieter and quieter and we're afraid to speak up for ourselves. But Miss Nikki Taylor, baby, she was gonna tell you no. No, you do not need to shrink. If you don't fight for you, who's gonna fight for you? So I just want to thank her again for being the example, for always leading, and just for being such a beautiful spirit and making sure that everyone felt heard. So just shout out again to Miss Nikki Taylor and her entire family. And we just want to say that we love you, Miss Nikki Taylor, and we love, your children and your family and everyone that you've touched. So just thank you again for being you.
Yes. Ooh. Well, we definitely got a little piece of Nikki and Nay for sure.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm not gonna cry today. That's what I said. I'm not. So we're not gonna do the crying today.
Oh man, I mean, it just sometimes it just hits you out of nowhere, you know.
Everybody, give us a minute. We still. Ooh, okay, okay, okay.
Mm.
I should have had my fan on.
Oh gosh, I'm thinking I shouldn't put no eyeliner on, Lord, because I know it's all it's okay. Oh Lord.
And for
Ooh.
anyone who have known Nikki, or if you've ever experienced a strong woman in your life that made an impact, drop their name in the chat and how they've impacted your life, right? Because we're celebrating all women
Mhm.
today on this beautiful Tuesday, and it's a celebration. So we're not sad. This is actually a celebration, everybody.
Yes.
And it's just so many women here that on our team that just show up on a regular basis, and that's why I love it because I see Nikki in everyone in our heavy hitter team, even for those who didn't get a chance to meet her, but because of what she taught us, and then it kind of passed down. That's pieces of her still impacting people that she hasn't even met. So again, I just want to give a shout out to Heavy Hitter Queens. I think I saw Miss Gina B. Smith here. She's an amazing leader. Carmen Strong, Yolanda Pillar, Michelle Ramos, Miss Teresa Smith. I see you in the chat, Queen. Um, Miss Monica Brown. Thank you, Queen, for being on the live this morning and just doing everything that you do for us. That's our Chief Operating Officer, Miss
Hey,
Monica Brown.
shout out to Miss
She keep us
Monica.
together. Yes. Shout out to my girl Miss Tish Griffin. Love you, Queen. She was one of our guest hosts here on Tips and Tea. And we got to get you back on. You got to give me a date this month that you can come on because Miss Tish also wrote a book, everybody, that we got to have her share with you all. So we got to get you back on, Queen. And shout out again to Miss Matrice Bond and Amber Crew from Chicago, our Goal Getters family. I didn't get a chance to talk to them too much over the weekend, but it's always love when I see our Chicago family in person. So love them. Miss Kimberly White, she supports the live. We were able to see each other again in Atlanta this past weekend, so it's just good to see everybody.
Yes,
And
yes,
anyone I
yes.
miss, Tanisha Brown, I got to meet her for the first time, and her smile was just glowing.
Oh,
Deja,
yes.
I know I can be here all day if I keep naming names, but um, just love seeing everyone. Cortasia and Bray, so many queens were in the room.
Yes, so
But
many.
yeah, leading back into it though, again, if you know a powerful queen or that queen impacted your life, please drop their name in the chat, give them a shout out. Um, Maybe share how they impacted your life if you can. But let's get back into it. I think
Ooh.
we did okay. See, I think we did okay because I thought I was gonna be on the flow.
Well, you did it, Queen. But you see how God works things out, because if you upset, then I'm okay, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So we're gonna make it.
Woo. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, but we
Oh
definitely want to
man.
give jump back into it because Nikki was definitely a force, and her big advocate was financial empowerment, not only for herself and her family, but for women as well. So we want to jump right into financial empowerment, right? And
Yes.
say just how important financial education is. So, teacher, what's your thoughts on
I
that piece?
mean, one of the most powerful tools women can have is the financial education. Understanding how credit works, building a savings. We definitely talk about that all the time. If you're going to save, you might as well save smart and get you a high yield savings account. And creating financial security and preparing for legacy. Financial literacy starts with understanding how credit works. We can definitely show you if you need any assistance with that. Building a strong savings habit. Sometimes it may not feel so good, but once you get over that initial, I got to put this money up, it's going to all fall together. When you have that emergency and you're able to go to that emergency fund, it's going to change your mind. Just setting up small or starting small with small steps are going to lead you to be able to prepare for bigger things, setting that foundation. Good credit opens doors and saving creates stability. Financial security creates peace, and legacy building is going to create excuse me, I'm still a little tongue tied. Legacy building is going to help you to create generational wealth. So just getting those foundations, understanding about credit, getting that savings habit. If you need to start small, that's fine. Put $5 away, $10 away. Then you want to move up to $50, $100. Putting that money aside, that's helping you to set yourself up for the future. We have to get out of the mindset of now and start thinking about tomorrow, next month, next year. Where are you going to be 5 years from now? Um, you know, just starting. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do is start, but you have to take that step. You have to take that leap of faith. So just remember, guys, these are things that are going to help you to set your foundation. Again, understanding credit, starting your savings plan, building savings, creating financial security, and preparing for legacy.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Did you pay yourself today?
Hey, hey. Did you pay yourself today?
Did you pay yourself today? Did all your money get paid to everybody else's pockets? Or did you at
Yes.
least pay yourself a little bit today? So you got to ask yourself that question.
Yes, ma'am.
And kind of throw it back to our audience here because we're on a little bit of delay. So shout out again to the queens recognizing other queens because we're still celebrating Women's History Month. And my coffee just kicked in, everybody. So thank you.
Oh. Now you got a little
Um,
energy.
yes, it just picked up. It was like, woo, there we go. So shout out to Sherry Landrum. Again, Alicia Friday Goins is a light. I love our conversations and I love her boldness for the Lord. Yes. Again,
Mm,
I sent the email to the CEO. I was like, sir, she needs a raise. All that work she put into Nove World definitely needs a raise. So that's an amazing shout out, Sherry. Thank you. We have Michelle Ramos. She said her mom, her daughters, and her best friend Deborah. Shout out to each and every one of those queens. Thank you for being truly amazing. And shout out to yourself again, Miss Michelle Ramos, for recognizing other women that
yes.
have had an impact on your life. We got Krista from Sherry Landrum, Pam Blunt from Teresa Smith. Okay, what do we have
Well, since we
here?
shouting out, phenomenal and amazing women, let me just say, my sister Jerica Wesley, she is a phenomenal woman. I love her. She has the sweetest, sweetest spirit. She had on a shirt the other day, and I said, I need a hug. She had a shirt on that said that she was an emotional support human. I love her. I love her to death. She is so sweet. Shout out to you.
Sometimes we need those in our life. Yes. Definitely shout out to your sister Jerica. And she was on last year. So um surprise, surprise, she might be making a reappearance on Tips and Tea for
Yes,
round two,
she will.
right?
Yes, she
Celebrating
will.
Women's History Month. And there we go. I have Monica Brown, Belinda Abner, everyone who knows her journey, thanking God all she do for her mommy, for my mommy. All right, Miss Monica and Miss Carmen Strong. She gave a shout out to Miss Destiny Reedy and her wisdom, and her amazing daughter Takara.
Takara.
All right, let's go, Queens. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all those amazing shout outs. We have to give it all back to you all as well.
Yes.
All right,
Me
I don't
shouting
think
out queens.
I'm just trying to double check if I see any more because I don't want to miss anybody. But um, we miss you. Very sorry. Definitely, we recognize that, and thank you for doing the shout outs in the first place. But back into the financial empowerment. So again, we had to ask the question: did you pay yourself today? That was a big question. And then also, C mentioned just getting educated, right, in financial literacy. You know, there are free resources out there. There's a site called SavvyLadies.org where they offer free financial literacy classes. They help. They have help with a financial helpline with advisors that can help you along the way. There's workshops on budgeting and debt, investing, and retirement. So there are a lot of great resources out there that you can utilize. So there's really no excuses anymore. Of course, here with myself and Satitra, our heavy hitter family through Nove, we have free financial information as well that we can help you with. If you're really just getting started into financial education, one of the tools I had my daughter use and some of her friends. I told them about Khan Academy, where they go through literally everything you need to know about personal finance. Taxes, budgeting, how to shop at the grocery store and compare prices. Right. So if you also want to teach your children or you need it for yourself, because again, these are some of the things that weren't taught to us. I don't know how much has changed since we came out of high school, but is this something you can benefit from? Again, Khan Academy, SavvyLadies.org. Nove has very impactful, powerful tools that can help you learn. So literally, you got to break it down step by step in your learning plan, right? And making sure you have an accountability partner so you keep up with it, and then lean into community support. Get in those group chats and ask questions. I know that's how I learn. I don't know if that helps anyone else. I'm a visual learner, and I learn by asking questions, right? Because it kind of helps eliminate the things that I don't know if I'm helping getting some answers to those questions. And if you're looking into investing, there's a lot of different platforms out there that can teach you about investing. There's Invest Diva. I know that she does some free classes and she kind of breaks down investing fears and market education. So there's a lot of impactful tools out there that you can learn from. But yeah, and if you need some budgeting help, there's Mint that tracks spending and budgets. If you have a Capital One card, or if you have a bank account that offers the free budgeting tools, use those budgeting tools. Again, a lot of the financial platforms that we utilize for day-to-day spending offers us these free tools. They track our credit scores. They give us money management within their applications now. Utilize the tools that they're blessing you with. It's free, right? They kind of charge you another way, but why are we not utilizing the tools that's being given to us? And again, just awareness, right? C said it. The first step is knowing what's going on. So being aware of your situation, let's build the habits and making sure that we're spending with discipline.
Yes, being intentional, doing things with a reason, and not spending just to spend. Spend on
Mhm.
things that you need, not things that you want. Do you need it? Do you want it? Be intentional about what you're doing.
This is
I
time
see
of the
Sherry
morning.
Landry dropped Rocket Money is definitely a good one too. Y'all drop some
Mhm.
hearts in the chat for Chantella dropping all those gems on different things you can use.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, if you have some tools that you utilize as well that can benefit everyone here, go ahead and drop them in chat. Thank you again, Miss Sherry. But yes, know your systems, right? Financial awareness, getting your budget together, tracking your cash flow, coming up with a debt strategy, right? That's a big piece. If you have some debt you need to pay off, what approach are you taking? Are you going to do the snowball method? Are you looking at the avalanche method? What kind of savings funds do you have? Like C said, do you even have a high yield savings account, right? Do you have an emergency fund that you started? And then look into some wealth building, right? Because this is how we build wealth and pay ourselves in the future. Investing, business ownership, real estate. These are the things that you need to start looking at if you haven't already done so.
Yes, ma'am. Tell them, Chantella.
Ah, I'm okay. I'm done. I'm not gonna yell at nobody this morning.
No yelling, just dropping gems and just giving them some information. Nothing like that.
Oh, we got it. We got it. All right. And Miss Tish Griffin said Atlas, Money Lion, let's see, Self Lender. You can also utilize NAP to get yourself stable as well. Yes, NAP is a great tool for building business credit and tracking that for the monitoring. Self Lender, like she mentioned, it helps you with rebuilding your personal credit. They have some great tools in there. Moneyline and Atlas as well. So, screenshot that. Take a picture. This is one of the financial gurus here, everybody. All right. Well, we look like we coming to the top of the hour, so we gotta definitely try to wrap this thing up. Again, because the Queen's got things to do. So I'm just gonna jump right into our promo here and just say in honor of Women's Day, and we coming off that Nove World momentum. We just want to definitely, give an opportunity to the community to give back. So if you are in need of some assistance with figuring out what's going on with your credit situation, we do have a free financial needs analysis so we can address your overall financial health. And if you do need credit repair, we are running a promo with the $50 off special, and we're going to get you started with a high yield savings account. They go hand in hand. It's not one without the other. It's a free account. We're gonna take that $50 that you saved and we're gonna start your savings plan with that free high yield savings account. So definitely come check us out. We're gonna help you get started. We're gonna help you improve your credit scores, remove inaccurate, old, outdated information, and prepare you for home ownership and funding, right? With the high yield savings plan. So that way you can earn more money with your money. We're going to get you some higher interest rates. We're going to help you build financial discipline and create that emergency fund that you've been putting off for the last few years. I'm not judging you. I'm not even going to look over that way. All right. So if you're ready to start your financial journey, please drop credits in the chat, in the comments, or DM us credit, and we'll definitely be able to reach out to you directly to give you some help there.
Yes, ma'am. We definitely would love to help you. And, today we celebrated Women's Day, reflected on Nove World, and honored an incredible woman, our queen, Miss Nikki Taylor. So let's continue supporting each other, growing together, and building legacy. That's what women is all about, honey. Who run the world? Girls.
I feel like I just saw an army of women marching in my head.
Hey, let's go.
Girls. Sorry, fellas. It's not your month.
No, it's not. No, no,
Maybe
no.
next month. All right, everyone. If today's conversation did bless you, please feel free to share with another queen. And remember that when women win, families are winning,
Yes.
communities are winning, right? Shout out again to Miss Shanae McCamer because she mentioned this last year at our regional conference that celebrating women in your life. Because when the women are really in leadership positions, so many great things come out of it. All right. So thank you again for joining us on Tips and Tea Live. Just want to say again, I am a legacy builder.
Hey,
Are you a legacy builder? And did you pay yourself today?
let's go, Queen. And as always, we definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you know a queen that would love to hear this or somebody you want to tag, please feel free to tag, share, and like our live. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel Tips and Tea Live.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a blessed rest of your week and a blessed